How to shape short nails that like to fan out. I get this question a lot. So in this video, I will show you how I shape the nails so they look lighter, so they don't look as wide. Now, shape is a very personal choice, and this is the shape this particular client likes and wanted. This manicure was a C&D shellac manicure, and I will quickly show you what this manicure was all about, just so you know what I started with. I used the cotton and foil method, so I wrapped the nails in aluminum foil with the cotton saturated in acetone, and I added heating pad on top to speed up the removal process. If the product is applied very thin, it comes off very nicely, as you can see here. I have a full version of this manicure on Patreon. If you're interested, I'm going to leave a link in the description box. So how do you learn how to shape nails? That is a very, very common question. And someone told me a long time ago, and it really stuck with me. Train your eye and your hand will follow. This is also how I learned my craft, by watching other more skilled nail technicians. I watched. Back when I was new to the industry, we didn't have YouTube, and the only way you could learn anything was at trade shows and classes. When first DVDs came out, I remember Kathy from Nail Basics. She came out with a fantastic DVD showing how she worked on a real client. And this was the first time I actually saw a video that showed work on a real client with real issues. And this video was so precious to me. I think I watched that DVD, and I'm not even kidding, probably 100 times until I knew every move by heart. I actually learned from Kathy in person as well, which was excellent, but that video she had back then changed my life. So if you are trying to learn how to shape nails, and if you like my style, then watch the video as much as you can, and then obviously practice. This is how I learned. I don't think there is a rule that exists that makes shaping easier. Each shape of the nail is different, and you just have to develop an eye for it. So you just have to train your eye by watching, and then something either looks right or it doesn't. And this is how I look at the nails, like if everything just looks correct or not. I guess it's an art, and you just kind of have to develop the eye for it. When we're talking about shaping, we cannot forget one question that comes in our comments a lot about filing back and forth. And I have so many people commenting on how we shouldn't file back and forth. So you might be surprised, but filing in one direction rule has been debunked a while ago. So what really matters is when it comes to the finish of free edge, so the end of the nail, is the grit of the file and not the direction in which you file. So the coarser grit, so the lower number, will give you a rougher surface, and the finer grit, so the higher number, will give you a smoother surface. I recommend using 180 grit for shortening and shaping the nails, and then you can use 240 grit to perfect the shape, or use a buffer block to run the block along the free edge, so the end of the nail, not the surface. So just smooth the end of the nail. As you can see in many of my videos, I always finish shaping with a buffer block on the free edge, so the end of the nail is beautiful and smooth. If you are not new to my channel, you probably noticed that none of my regular clients or myself have any issues with peeling or damage. So peeling comes from the nail surface being damaged or being weak, and not how the nail is filed on the end. Damaged nail is like a loose fabric, so it's very flimsy and it frays easily. Strong and healthy nail is like a tight fabric that is reinforced, let's say with waxes, so it doesn't fray. The nail can't be too hard either, because then it will shatter. That's why warm oil soaks are so important for damaged and peeling nails. The oil soaks into the nails, it fills the spaces between the nail cells, keeping it all together and moving properly without breaking. So why damaged nails peel more? Nail plate is made up of layers of keratin. The top keratin layers are more dense and more resistant to water and outside elements. So imagine bark on a tree. The bark protects the wood inside of the tree, right? If you peel that bark off, or if you buff the top layers of the nail off, the nail inside is much more spongy and softer and much more prone to damage. Staining and polish does not stick very well to a soft nail like this, or a very shiny surface either. And this is why you hear about keeping a layer of nail polish to protect the nails, which I guess maybe it's necessary if the top layer is removed, but I would rather not remove the natural protection from the nails. It just works way, way better. By the way, glass nail files are great, and I like them a lot too, and they leave the end of the nail nice and smooth, but they are not any better than other files. They do not seal the nail plate, and they do not prevent the nails from peeling. That's just marketing. If you are interested, I'm going to include a link of a video done by Doug Schoon, who talks about this topic. And Doug Schoon is internationally recognized scientist, author of several books, and a leading industry authority. So definitely check it out.